So for the last 2 days, I kind of watched the presentation from the Union of Concerned Scientists YouTube channel, of course, and its meeting of the Independent Particulate Matter Review Board. So this was really tough to watch, and I only caught small parts of it because they took breaks. There were humans, and a lot of the conversation was just hard to follow. I was looking for summaries. So I will find the summaries when they come out and see what I can speak to them. One of the big things I noted was some conversations around measurements on every aspect, every level of the conversation was around the accuracy, the precision, how to, what to, and where to measure. So I expected that because I've watched in this ppm arena. I have watched over decades is the monitoring systems have been turned off for budget reasons. They get poorly maintained, and all of a sudden the readings aren't good. And instead of fixing them, we claim evil spirits or a conspiracy. And it is a conspiracy in a way. If they don't fund the maintenance, if they don't fund the systems, if they don't update or upgrade them, then they fall away. Almost every nuclear monitoring site in America that we go to is dated, very dated. So, just a side note. Anyway, what I took away from the conversations, I heard pieces of every different presentation, was how important the measurements are and how much they struggle with them. There was a conversation inside of this realm, right? Parts per million studies of standardizing measurements. They went into the details of sample frequency and periods and the statistical analysis of that. So, yeah, a lot of homework was done to be able to get those conversations to happen and be real. So, interesting listen. I don't suggest you go there, you'll just get frustrated, but maybe they'll come out with some better edited sections, more pointed. Um, anyway, why is that relevant? Why is that conversation? The conversation had to be, it was supposed to be inside of our federal agencies, those trusted pillars of those trusted institutions that are looking out for the good of America, the whole nation, and not a state, not a corporation, not a corporate person. So, this is what people do out there. That was a gratis work effort. And again, this is the role of the federal government, not corporations, not religious organizations, not football teams, not heroes. It's just business, good business if done correctly. So, going back to why this matters, after listening to it, metrology, the sciences, the study of measurements themselves, is a key piece of European Union's decision-making process for a reason. In this nation, this country, that profession is archaic. You can find out when the federal agency that keeps track of jobs made that archaic, made the word archaic anyway. The science is still there. It's a person that understands just the measurements piece of it. So something's missing. goes back to as well this mention of them wanting to standardize measurements inside of this. It's even to how the words are said, if it's ionic or if it's an acid or a base. Those types of conversations, that subtle nuance in the word makes people think it's something different than it is, which is electron stuff, electron shell stuff. So previously, right after Fukushima, there was supposed to be a federal review board to try and standardize nuclear measurements the same way these ppm measurements. They were talking about parts per million concentrations of particulate matters. The nuclear pollution conversation is parts per million and billion of decay products. Different measurements, related measurements, should be talking to each other. The statistical pieces of it are the same. So, anyway, talked too long on this one, but these are the rest of the conversations that folks can talk about. A little light banter during lunch, maybe, eh?